Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel Foxy Sunrise. There we go. So today we have a pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading topic is going to be all about how we best create our creative power, the creative potency that we have, and how we can best move through our creative abilities. So all the timestamps will be down below in the description box, as well as my social media and any other offerings that I have for you guys. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more readings like this one. So we have 3 groups today. Group 1 is Ascension. Group 2, Dream. And group 3 is Listen. Pick as many groups as you are drawn to, and I will see y'all at your group. Hello, group 1. If you chose the Ascension card, this is your reading about your creative power and how you best create. This one feels like a lead by example group. I'm getting Aries energy, Capricorn energy, a little bit of Virgo, but this group best creates when they are the captain of their ship. You create and inspire other people to create by being a leader. I'm also hearing trial and error, so it's almost like you go first and then you test. It's like you're the test subject. I'm getting Aquarius energy as well. Also, if you are unfamiliar with your astrological birth chart and you know your time of birth, there is a link down below in the description box if you are curious about the energies that make up your astrological birth chart. So check that out if you feel moved. But yeah, it's like you go first, almost like you're the one who goes and checks out an environment first before other people know that it's okay. So I'm seeing someone going into a cave and then coming out and being like, it's all good. Or going to this uncharted territory and then you go back to your friends and you're like, this is where we need to go. I've been here before. It's going to be awesome. And it's like you bring people, you create by bringing people along with you. You're the trailblazer. You're like guiding people on this stairwell to heaven. That's really cool. But this creation is definitely on a foundation of independence. And it's not a creative power that has to do really with cooperation isn't the word, but it's not like a partnership sort of energy that I'm getting. I'm feeling your creative ability comes solo. Either you're an independent person or you may be an introvert, but you create best when you are by yourself, and then you may invite other people along for the ride, depending on energy level, or if it feels aligned to include people in this ride, in this creative ride. Let's see. The Artist, beautiful. And 10 of Cups, wow, that is so beautiful. You seem really, really in tune with your inner child, with your creative ability. I'm also getting Leo energy. Gosh, yeah, and it's important that it's very important for you that you're feeling emotionally fulfilled when you're creating. You're in a comfortable space, and again, this artist is by themselves. I'm getting this energy of like these old literary writers going off, like Henry, I think it's is it Henry Thoreau? I don't think that's right. But these transcendentalist artists and writers that would go off into nature, and that's how they would get their inspiration, by going off somewhere, adventuring on their own, and then bringing it back to other people, to the masses. But being really, gosh, this energy makes me so happy. And when I'm looking at this, you may be even a Gemini. I'm seeing the wings on the ankle, and it makes me think of the planet Mercury. So maybe you have a Mercury, maybe you have a Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, or Mercury in a fire sign, possibly. Specifically Aries and Leo, or Mercury in Aquarius. But it's like this person is on a perch, on this sort of, in this space where they're away and observing and then creating from there. So you may be more of an observer, and that's how you are inspired to create. Definitely, I'm seeing writers here. Like, you write about societal things, you write about society. Maybe you have been thinking about podcasting and sharing and expressing your views. I'm also getting the color blue here, like the throat chakra. You may have a strong throat chakra, or the throat chakra may be important for you as far as like your creative abilities, and your creative power may come through speaking, writing. But I feel like you need your comfort. Your cup needs to be full, and you need to love what you're doing, obviously. And you need your space. You need creative space. So you can't create with a bunch of people around. That's not the most ideal situation or scenario for you. I also feel like your creative ability will, like I said earlier, it's like your creations will assist others in opening their minds and having their own sort of aha moments in Ascension. There's so much to say. I feel like I'm getting just this excitable energy. Like, there's so much to do. There's so much to be inspired by. Very playful, very bright. I'm also getting the color yellow, or gold. Okay. Aries, that's so funny. Yeah, you are, and we're stepping into Aries season, so maybe you don't have to be in Aries, but maybe there's somewhere where Aries lights up your birth chart. So maybe you have Aries in the 5th house, which would make you Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aries, Taurus. You may be, so that would make you a Sagittarius rising. So very much an adventurer and someone who is inspired creatively. Your creative power is charged through travel. So you may be a Sagittarius rising with Aries in the 5th house. Aries in the 3rd house, but you have a lot of sexual potency is what I want to say as well. And you're very much in alignment with childlike energy, with childlike play. You don't like to be tied down either. I feel like movement is important for you to stay inspired as well. Like there's an importance in constantly moving with this group. There's just a lot of energy. Like it's like this humming feeling that I'm getting, like a kind of like idle motor. And when cars are idle and the motor is on for a long time and the car is idle, it's not. From what I've heard, I don't know much about cars or anything like that, but from what I've been told, it's not good to leave your car on idle while the motor is running. It's better to, if you're sitting and you're sitting and talking with somebody in the car, it's best to just turn the car off. So I feel like that's kind of how your energy works, where your motor, if it's running, you should be moving, you should be creating, you should be writing things down. I feel like this group has a lot of ideas. It's almost overflowing with this 10 of Cups imagery here. You're like overflowing with ideas, and these ideas are a part of your ascension and possibly in line with helping others ascend. So it's like your adventures also have something to do, like I'm getting storyteller energy, like a blog, vlogging even. If you're doing a lot of things, if you're kind of like a daredevil sort of energy I'm getting with this Aries energy, maybe people would be, gosh, there's so much coming through. Your mind moves really fast, I feel. You may do well investing in a GoPro if you're sort of an adventurous type. I'm thinking of rock climbing for some reason. But yeah, I feel like there's this need to share your experiences. You have a lot of crazy stories. Yeah, this group is, they're so fun. Look how devious she looks. She's like, yeah, I have a lot to say. She just, there's something about her look that's just very, like there's something behind those eyes. There's so much to be said. Increased awareness. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Okay. The thing I'm hearing loudly with this is a need to ground every now and then, to sort of almost, I'm getting the energy of like to be able to finish projects. There's a need to sort of ground and remain focused with energy, because sometimes with Aries energy, it's kind of, it can be a little bit flighty, or there's a tendency to go and then burn out. So if there's a way to steady that energy, increased awareness, this makes me think of an increased focus, so that you're not sort of having that sort of squirrel-like ADHD type of tendency where you start a project and then you don't finish it. You don't see it through. So if there's a balance of the movement with grounding the energy so that the energy and the focus can kind of maximize the length of time in which you are focusing. I hope that makes sense. So having some sort of practice that does ground you. Even, I'm getting drawn to this study skills summer class that my parents had me in. Sometimes with a short attention span, it takes practice. So maybe even setting a timer, like I'm gonna write this excerpt or this blog post for 20 minutes today, and I'm just gonna see how long I can focus my energy. Like, let's try 15 minutes, like a meditation. And this creative practice can be your spiritual meditative practice. So starting with short spurts of time, and then over time, maybe you can sit down with a painting for an hour, or sit down with this podcast idea, or whatever ideas are running through you for a longer period of time. But I feel like this group needs to kind of start a routine of shorter spurts. Like maybe you work better in shorter spurts of time. So sort of setting a timer, so you have that designated, allotted time to focus on your creativity, on the task at hand. Yeah, and he's got this gold energy. The sun really charges you. You may have more potency in the daytime. Rest is really important. I feel like the daytime is better for this group than the nighttime. Like working when the sun is up is better. Like your mind is a lot clearer when the sun is up. So around like sunset time is when you should really wind down. Sleep is really important with this group. Winding down, because this group has a lot of energy, I feel. Winding down and using all of that energy. Now I'm getting human design. I don't know if any of you are familiar with human design, but this feels like a manifesting generator kind of group. Or even generator, but just a need to use up your energy resource so that you can sleep better at night as well. So again, like movement is really important. Renewal of peace, beautiful. Yeah, rest, recharge, ground for sure. So if you feel just like you're buzzing, step outside. I see someone in like a hammock just taking like a short micro nap in a hammock outside, writing down ideas, falling asleep in a hammock. But yeah, to balance that energy, maybe you don't have as much earth in your birth chart. Maybe you don't feel very grounded and organized. Earthing will really help. So stepping out on a patch of grass somewhere, if you live in a city or something, that'd be a nice trip to take out some time to go somewhere with more greenery. But if that's not possible, just barefooting on the ground of some sort outside is really important for this group to really be able to sort of bring these ideas into fruition and see them through. In tapping, taking time out outside and grounding in some sort of way to where you are guided towards what to start first. Because maybe this group also has so many ideas you don't know what to start with first. So making just a short list of all the things that you want to do, and then checking in with yourself with your inner voice and see what is pulling you first, and start with that idea. Yeah, but you are a trailblazer. You are going to bring us to new heights, somewhere new. Aries rising. Aries rising, Aries ascendant, possibly. But I can't wait to see what this group comes up with. There's nothing specific, really, but I did, like I said earlier, there's like this throat chakra energy with the wings on his ankle. I'm getting a mercurial energy, like you might like to talk, you have a fast-moving mind, maybe a very effective, precise communicator. For some of you writers, artists, drawers, sketch, architecture for some reason is coming to my mind, painting, even just entrepreneurial skills, just being a leader of some sort is very aligned with your creative power and how you best create. It's also, I'm getting just plainly stating, what am I trying to say? Plainly put, just you being you helps others ascend. Just being your damn self is a gift. But yeah, it's important to really ground and kind of have a time, a pause, even if it's a short pause, and creating in short spurts. So you don't burn out, so you don't get bored or distracted, and kind of scheduling out that time of just short spurts of getting something done and slowly kind of building and continuing the momentum of a project, doing it that way instead of just trying to do it all at once and then you're just like, I'm bored, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, that is your reading group 1. I'm going to pull one more card of affirmation for you to walk away with. Alright, group 1. What does group 1 need to know from this deck? What messages do you have for this group as I created? I am deeply loved by the universe. Let me look at the bottom, because that doesn't really, I don't really feel anything from that, honestly. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. I'm just getting like, it'll get done. It'll get done. Don't rush. It'll get done. Take your time. The whale, with the whale energy here, it's just like this, this wisdom and patience and taking things slow, taking your time. The wisdom that comes from just trudging along doesn't sound like the right word, but just kind of steadily moving towards that direction. So yes, group 1, that is your reading. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, like, share, and subscribe for more self-growth, self-empowerment readings like this one. And I will see y'all again soon. Love you. Hello, group 2. If you chose dream, this is your creative power and how you best create. So this feels really watery, really emotional. Cancer and Pisces energy. I'm going to mention some zodiac signs, so if you are unfamiliar with your birth chart, your astrological birth chart, and you're very curious about the energies that you came into this world with, and you know your time of birth, which is super important for the specifics of the birth chart, there is a link down below in the description box if any of you feel curious or moved to look up that information. It may be insightful. So yeah, instantly with this, I'm just getting Cancer energy and Pisces energy. Venusian energy, so kind of like Libra energy as well. I feel that this group introspective and colorful come to mind. So I don't feel a lot of movement. I feel this creative process is a lot slower. Like I'm getting a lot of feminine, lunar energy, so you may be more in your crown, third eye, chakra energy, and more of the higher energies. So your creative process may be a lot slower, and very intuitively led, fluid. Maybe you have, maybe your creativity comes a lot from your dreams, your dream world. Like maybe you might be a prophetic dreamer for some of you. Ace of Cups and Seven of Cups. Okay, I feel like this group there's not a lot of movement towards creating. Like it's like I feel like there's a lot of potential with this group, but you get lost in your head. It's almost like someone who has all these ideas, but nothing is really. It's just they just stay ideas. And with this Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like if you're not taking action on some of these ideas, they'll stop coming. And so it starts to feel like, oh, I'm not really a creative person, I have all these ideas, but I don't know how to execute them. There's like a procrastination here, like I'm getting a little bit of Virgo energy here, but it's procrastination. Like there's some sort of hesitancy, and there's all these. It's. Let me slow down. One thing that I'm feeling is I'm seeing a clogged pipeline. So I feel that this group has a lot of has a beautiful mind, beautiful creative potential and ability, but there's so many ideas that may be coming through, but until you take action on some of them, new ones won't surface. So there's a lot of planning, I feel, or just the daydreaming is happening, but there's not a lot of action or grounding in it. And it's like you're sort of getting lost in just this part of the creative potential, in the dreaming part, but not, nothing has been materialized yet. And again, if you're getting this divine guidance, if you're sitting on these, I'm seeing like a galaxy of a bunch of stars. If you have a lot of ideas, I see these stars as ideas, or even talents. If you have a lot of talents that you're not putting into use, it doesn't help the continual flow of ideas. Every now and then we will have a creative block, but for me personally, I've noticed I have a ton of ideas, and when I finally take action on them, a new one comes and a new one comes. So if you believe in that kind of thing, it could be that, the divine blesses us with ideas when we take action, when we move to that call of action instead of getting lost in the mind and the possibilities and how it should look, and will it look this way or that way? What color should I use for this painting? When you just take a risk, take action, when you get an idea, move towards it, take the first couple of steps and see what other breadcrumbs and advice you're given along the way, and move through it that way. I feel this group, I'm feeling like almost too much water. Like there's again a need for grounding, and I got that message for the last group, but they were more in motion with things. There's more of a speed with this. This group almost feels kind of lackadaisical. I think that's how you say it. Kind of like they're stuck in bed. Maybe you get up late. Like there's just this sort of inaction, if you will, which also could happen with Libra, which is interesting. I wasn't sure why Libra came up, but it's like this indecisiveness. I'm getting indecision. I'm getting hesitancy. I'm getting a little bit of doubt. I'm getting also just like ideas that stay ideas mostly. And there's a need to exercise. And there's like flow with I feel that flow is a balance of movement and receptivity and so it's not just getting lost in the oceans, but kind of riding with the waves. So flow is like, okay, I'm moving here, I'm gonna do this, and then wait and see how I feel about this. And I'm getting the image of someone kind of putting color on a canvas and then stepping back and looking, and it's like, how does that feel? Okay, now I'm gonna add this color. So I feel that this is your this is how you should move creatively. That's your creative power. It's not that you have to push. But you do need to take some kind of action, because you have a lot going on in that creative mind of yours, and there's even just one action, just one. Go to your craft store if that's what you feel guided to do, and then take it step by step from there. So this group feels like they move a little bit slow, like it takes them some kind of putting the toe in the water first sort of energy. Okay. Neptune in reverse. Yes, so this just emphasizes to me more that you just kind of almost even get the feeling like this group abuses their imagination, and they just kind of escape through it instead of expressing. So hardcore Pisces energy here. You may have, you could be a Scorpio rising with Pisces in the 5th, or Pisces in the 12th house. So that's Aries rising. Pisces moon, maybe. There's a need to start taking action, to start making some steps forward with this creative power. We want to see what's going on in that mind of yours. It's beautiful. And you're being gifted a lot of things, but the gifts will stop being given if you're not doing anything with those gifts. Gifts are meant to be shared. Gifts are gifted to us to give to other people. But I want to say that very carefully, because I'm wondering if this group are, I feel like this group may be also givers as well. Almost even like you make other people's dreams happen, but you aren't really worried about your dream. So really be selfish as well. Again, this balance. Be selfish with your dream by kind of sharpening that tool, working on it and honing in on it. And then when you feel comfortable with sharing, do that. But I feel like this group has yet to even attempt at whatever ideas they've been given. Aw, try it. Just try it. There's nothing to be afraid of, even if you think it's bad. I have my phone off, but there's a video that I'm going to link for you all to watch, because it's really coming to my mind, and I think it's just a very motivating video in general. So I'm just going to link the video down below. It's a short 3-minute video. And watch it anytime you want. I know I'm going to do that whenever I just feel like, nothing I make is good. I don't know why I'm getting that energy from this group. It's like everything's more beautiful in the mind, and I'd rather get lost in that instead of trying to do anything about it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't get stuck. Kutumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answers you seek. Trust what you know. Yeah. I feel like when you get too lost in that space, that head space, you're not grounded enough to know what action to take. But I also get from the water energy that I was feeling, like you intuitively know what to do next, and you will be able to trust that intuition and hone in on it when you just take that first step. You know what you need to do to create, to be this creative power. So take that first step. It will be very transformative for you. And it may be again, I'm getting that creation from the last group. Creation, something about creation is very meditative. So it may help you focus your mind as well. I feel like this group may have a lot of, again, ideas, like metaphorical hands in different baskets. Like you have a lot of dreams of things you want to do, and it may just be a little bit overwhelming. But this group needs a lot of time to just be comfortable, to really, again, I'm getting like somebody putting their toe in the water to see what the temperature is like, I don't know if I want to swim. Let me just put my feet in first. So you really need to feel comfortable. Again, like I'm getting Cancer energy as well. Cancer moon, Pisces moon. Venus and Cancer. Venus and Taurus, possibly, and Mercury and Libra, possibly, as well, or Mercury for sure in Pisces. Again, ignore it if you aren't an astrology person, but for anyone who is, I like to throw that out there. Ideal course of action, yes, okay. This is like, it's not time yet. It takes, gosh, that video is really gonna, I feel like this video that I'm gonna link for y'all is really for you. It doesn't matter when it comes to creating. It's about, I feel with creation, it can be so intimidating to create because it feels like it has to be so good and it has to be perfect. But when it's an unfamiliar territory, it's more about quantity and then the quality will come with the quantity. So there's really just this need to take a plunge, take a dive. It doesn't matter if it's time. Of course, if it's like, for example, for me, like finding a place that's really quiet for me to record these videos was important. So I found, like right now I'm in my library. The library has study rooms to rent out, and I think that is when it matters. Just as an example, using myself as an example, that really matters a lot when it comes to, say, whatever specifically you're doing. If there is sort of an environment you still need time to kind of plan and look for say filming a video or something like that, that's really important. But that took time, and I still took action on making those videos, even though I live in a house where things could be sort of loud and noisy. I still made those videos, and I still communicated with the people that I live with that was happening. And then eventually with time, I found a space that worked for me to film these videos and to continue creating and honing in on this art and reading. And you'll really grow from just doing it. And I just, there's just this richness and beauty that can come from whatever's being grown in your mind. And it may not have, again, like, it may not look exactly how it looks in your dreams, in your daydreams, but with practice, it can one day be that way. And share. Eventually, this group feels really shy to me, like very shy, but I think it's also important to share your craft too. And every group has a medicine for me, I want to admit. So when I say this is medicine for me too. So I know somebody out there needs to hear that when you are ready, of course, when you are ready, share, and there will be someone out there, even if it's just one person out there who's like, wow, this is beautiful, this is great. Someone out there who will be like, I see your potential, you are gifted, and I can't wait to see how you grow. So keep that in mind, group 2, when you are creating. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to pull one last card. Jeez Louise. I'm going to pull one last card for this group about their creative power and how they best create. Yeah, you need to be in a space that you just feel safe and comfortable. And it'll take some time. You may be slow to warm. Slow to warm is what I get. I don't know why I'm thinking of my parents were telling me about this book that they got in the 90s. I'm a 90s baby. There are so much literature on how to be a good parent and how to raise a child, and for some reason this book, Slow to Warm, is coming to my mind that they told me about. They said that I was like that. So I'm really getting Scorpio rising, Pisces in the 5th energy, or even Saturn in Pisces. You may have a Saturn in Pisces, so there's a lot of lessons in just kind of being in flow. And my thoughts become my reality. Okay. Wow, yeah, that really aligns with dream. Yeah, it's time to make them a reality with practice. I have the freedom and power to create the life I desire. Yeah, freedom. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because maybe as a child, if you are still in contact with the people who raised you, and you can ask them, because it's always nourishing medicine to hear, their experiences with us as children. Maybe you were that kind of child that was very sensitive and you were slow to warm up to whether it was people, your environment. So we never kind of grow out of some of those things. I feel that us as children are most aligned with who we truly are. So if you have any recollection, or if you have people around you that you can talk to about that, maybe as a child you were very slow to warm and you still kind of have that in you. So be really gentle with yourself through this creative process, but just please, I beg you, please make it a reality. I want to see what you have for us. Look at Hollywood. I'm going to go on a soapbox and then end it, but just look at Hollywood. Hollywood is so dried up and running out of ideas, I feel, and we need more people, more fresh people, more, indie films. We need more people with these brilliant minds, these brilliant ideas to come forward and make something that hasn't been made before. Like these recoups, reboots, these sequels from these 20-year later sequels. We need something better than that. We need something better than that. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for more. We need more. We need more beauty, more color. We need more of what is going on in your mind. So please, it doesn't matter how long it takes, just bless us with your creative power. Okay, group. I don't know why I was called to break the deck at that point, but this is your last message. I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Just make it. Just create. I do not worry about things I cannot control. Okay, now we are done. Now we are done, group 2. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, like, share, and subscribe for more self-help, self-empowerment, self-growth readings like this one. And yeah, definitely let me know what you think. And I can't wait to see what you create in this world. See you again soon. Love you. Hello, group 3. You chose listen. This is your creative power and how you best create. So, these are the space holders. Okay. Music, or maybe you guys were audio learners, audio visual learners. You have a good sound, a good taste in music, or you may have this sort of psychic ability through hearing. I'm really getting music though, or even singing. Queen of Swords in reverse. 6 of Cups. And 8 of Cups in reverse. A couple things here. I said space holder earlier, and I'm getting with the 6 of Cups here. I didn't show the cards. Queen of Swords. I didn't show them for the other group either. But I guess again, visual audio learners. I feel like this group is very, very blunt. Some of you are very blunt. You're like that friend that people go to for the truth and not to sugarcoat anything. There's like this familiarity in your presence as well. Or you help people through turmoil. Like maybe you align with or you have an interest in psychology, or excuse me, or let me drink some water. Therapy. Like you help others see what they're not walking away from. And also for some of you, there may be something keeping you from your gifts and abilities that happened within childhood. There's a need to reconnect with play, with enjoyment, with what you enjoyed as a child. And maybe some of you have these gifts from past life energy. If you believe in past lives, I'm also well, slow down, Tiff. I'm also getting that there may be some sort of karmic hold that is keeping some of you from expressing your voice, expressing your mind. Something emotionally that needs to be released, that's keeping you from fully stepping into this creative ability. I'm getting in the message that for some, you didn't have anyone who listened to you. There's a real importance with being heard here. There's a need to be heard. And people need to hear you as well. There's this wisdom that's hidden because of a possible pain in childhood, maybe bullying, or again, being neglected and unheard. There's something wise that you have to share with others, whether it's in one-on-one with people through psychology, if that's in alignment with you, or just sharing your wisdom. Venus in reverse. I'm hearing couples counseling, also just this like feeling of disharmony that happened again in your childhood, like divorce or separation, but there wasn't a platform in which you were able to be heard growing up. And you're just sitting on this nest of wisdom, but there's a lot of pain around vocalizing. Maybe this group just feels like there's no point in doing so because no one cares about what you think or like. No one will listen anyways. Like no one hears you. There hasn't been a lot of appreciation for the advice that you give or the wisdom that you hold. Maybe people haven't even acknowledged how wise you are. You don't get a thanks for helping them, for giving them advice, for almost it's almost like you were too mature for your age when you were younger, like you were too smart for your own good. And I say that very loosely. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. Okay, this feels like a very maternal energy, like maybe you had a mother who was very harsh to you, a mother who didn't hold space for you, who didn't listen to you, who didn't really connect. You didn't connect with your mother. This feels really specific. Yeah, so this maternal figure didn't really support you in your growth and your embodiment, in confident embodiment. So maybe you're a little disassociative, like you're more in your head, and you keep your wisdom to yourself. Like there's like this energy of being shut down very immediately. again, like being too smart for your own good. Like you were smarter than the people around you. You had a very unique perspective, and unique in the sense of the people around you couldn't have understood. Like you have a very unique perspective that needs to be shared, and that hasn't really been shown much appreciation. And I feel like you stay in your head, you're not very attached to this world, but this world needs you in some sort of way. And so there's a need to, if this maternal issue relates and is resonant, then there's a need to really, all groups got this, and I get this message all the time, but which is so interesting to me, but there's a need to reconnect with the earth. It's so important. I feel like every reading I get some kind of mention of people need to be outside more, and they need to connect with the earth, and she'll heal you, she'll ground you, she'll keep you present. You'll feel the love that you didn't get from your own mother. She is the original mother, and I call her mom. when I commune with her, I call her mom, Mama Gaia. I call her mom. I don't know if this group is really ready to share how they feel, but there's a need, especially with this blue, to move through your emotions, reparent yourself. And I also am getting like this group should record the thoughts that they have, the insights that they have, and listen to it and see how they feel about it. It may really assist them in really regaining this confidence. I'm getting the image of somebody putting a picture that their child made on a refrigerator. And so this gives me just this feeling again of like this like beautiful motherly maternal appreciation for yourself and for the things that you create. So if you're very aware, which this group I feel is very wise, if you're very aware that there isn't that figure around to hold that space for you, you can find it in community or in friends. And also take it upon yourself, not as, it is a responsibility, but not in like a sort of drudgery way, but take responsibility for gassing yourself up, for giving yourself credit, for like listen back to the things that you think about, to the advice that you feel people can't really receive, and listen back to it for yourself so that you can hear the wisdom that is innately within you, and you can learn to give yourself that confidence and appreciate yourself. But there is like, I'm getting throat chakra and heart chakra energy. So heart healing, the heart needs to open up some. I feel this group is a little bit guarded due to what has happened, due to being shut down, and maybe even just other figures, maybe not parents, but just people in school or something like that who just make you feel dumb or silly. But when I'm looking at the Six of Cups, and it makes me feel like this happened a long time ago. And there's a need to just walk away from that, from these cups that may be filled with just dirty water, or just have nothing for you anymore, and go find the fulfillment through you, through the earth, through Mother Nature, through hearing your own self-talk and seeing how awesome and badass you are. loving yourself fully and only surrounding yourself by people who see the gift that your voice brings, that your listening ear brings, your music brings. Potential gateway. Yeah, so we have potential gateway, and there's a heart here. So there's a need to really, in a tree, again, I think being outside as much as possible will be how you re-nurture yourself and how you open your heart up again. There's like this image where the heart is. I mean, there's a woman and a man, but the man kind of reminds me of the green man, so I feel like nature will take you under its wing to have these adventures and see how I really feel like you get insights when you're alone and you're not in the space of people who don't believe in you, for lack of a better way. And this tree is in the sky and like space. And so grounding, being around, maybe there's a tree that you really connect with that just makes you feel really connected to earth as well as a higher power, if that's something that aligns with you. Camping, I keep hearing camping, and this just could be from my own experience with camping. The first time I went camping, I remember I was sleeping in a hammock out in the open under the trees, and the moon was right above me, and I just felt almost intimidated. And I know, but I know I didn't have any reason to be scared, but there was just this sensation, this feeling that the moon and the trees were watching over me. And it was so powerful that I think it intimidated me. I'd never had that feeling before. It was my first real time camping. I'd gone in Girl Scouts, but we were in a cabin. But this was like, I'm outside. I'm in the mountains, and I'm camping, and I'm with people, and going on a hike, it really clarified my mind, and I felt like I had all of these thoughts and insights and epiphanies and ahas, and it was overflowing. It was incredible. Yeah, if there is an opportunity that you can do this with a person who can hold space as well as you do, or vibrates on the same frequency as you, because you're very wise. I'm getting old soul from this tree. This tree looks very grown in and like it's holding up everything else. So if you have a friend that really vibes with you, y'all should go camping. And take a hike and really just reconnect with yourself by connecting with this planet. This just, I almost want to cry. I also see a face here too. Yeah, there's I feel like there's a lot of guidance that will be given to you through nature. But this group feels, it's interesting. It's like the first group was like moving fast. They were ready to create. But as I got through now to this third group, I feel like it's kind of slowed down. Like this group needs some time before they may feel ready to share themselves in that way. Because creation, one, I'm learning from this reading that it's a meditation. You need to take time to do so, to do it. And it may involve healing your heart first, opening yourself up so that you can really share what is authentically you. And the times that I've painted, it's been really triggering as well, because I have some perfectionist tendencies. So that's another aspect with creating. It can feel a little bit daunting because a lot of childhood things can come up. Even just stuff from school, like when you turn in something, it has to be this certain way, you know. This is all personal, but just as an example to share, a lot can come up with creation, so it takes a lot longer than I feel is always expressed. So yeah. Okay, group 3. I'm gonna shuffle one more card for y'all. What other messages could group 3 need for their creative power, about their creative potential, about their creative gift, how they create best? That's beautiful. I find love everywhere I go. It's all around me. I don't have to prove myself to anyone. So maybe this group related to group 2 as well. And if so, there is a link that I suggested group 2 watch. And maybe you might want to check it out as well. There may be something inspiring in it for you. But yeah, we have 2 images of hearts. So there's really something to be said about the heart needing to be healed, and then moving forward with creating and sharing yourself. But we need to be blessed with your wisdom, group 3. Yeah, I think it starts with you hearing yourself first and sharing, you know, with that one other person that really understands you and seeing what they have to say. It's okay if we need a little bit of reassurance every now and then. It's important not to be dependent on it, but if we have just another soul that we connect with that can really objectively let us know, like, hey, you have something going here, and I think other people need to hear it. That's really, really healing for us in the beginning stages. Yeah, and I'm getting that too with this one other person here, sharing face. It's like you're sharing faces. So there may be somebody that really connects with you, a sort of friend that's a soulmate that can really be supportive for you through this. Okay, group 3, that is your reading. Very beautiful. Comment down below what came up for you. Like, share, and subscribe for more self-help, self-empowering, self-growth readings like this one. And I can't wait to see what you create out in this world, the wisdom that you have to share, group 3. All right, and I'll see you again soon. Love you.